Good evening. My name is Sarah Johnson, and I'm here to discuss EDU 801 and my study topic development so far throughout my EDU dissertation. So, quick agenda. I do want to talk a little bit about who I am, my background in terms of my education, and why I chose the study topic. We'll then go into a general idea of what my study topic is with those key words. And then key information is really going to go into more specifics as to where the research has led me thus far. And then the conclusion will focus on really my concerns and challenges thus far and what my plan will be to continue to develop my research. So, a little bit about me. There is a quote that has stuck with me throughout this program so far. It was in one of the first weeks of one of our discussions. It was by Vicar, and he said, "No one will see the world exactly as you do." And so, I do think my own journey can be leveraged to inform my methodology and my research, and really my intentions behind going into this research. My name is Sarah. I live in Dover, New Hampshire, which is on the seacoast of New England. It's about an hour north of Boston. I have my BA and MA in communications, and I also hold an MS in organizational leadership. I would say a bulk of my research and scholarly articles that I have really delved deeper into comes from the MS in organizational leadership. A lot of that research was focused on exploring organizational behavior, leadership styles, and psychological theories related to both managing and leading change. Um, Initially, I chose my topic of study really because I come from a middle class background where my mom was a single mom for years and worked three jobs. And so she really faced a lot of the barriers, challenges, cultural norms, gender biases that sometimes women do face in academia. She was a teacher for 38 years. And so that really struck me as something that I was passionate about just because someone that I love dearly kind of went through that herself. But again, it was really important for me to be open-ended with the research. And so I started by really researching um, higher overarching terms that led me to really finding my chosen topic of study as it is today. And so in reflecting on my connections between my personal experiences and my research, I can really see that clear thread and how I stumbled upon this and also how it's really developed over the last 8 weeks. So again, this working study topic, I think it has changed every single week, and I'm being vulnerable that I have really kind of switched gears here and there, but that's based on where the research has taken me. And so currently, as it stands, my working study topic is women in academia and their gendered experiences in professional advancement. And so there's really several reasons I want to learn more about this topic. First and foremost, I want to find out what the impact of diversity and inclusion programs have in the workplace, if they do, in fact, enhance women's potential with leadership opportunities. A lot of what I've read in the leadership literature so far supports that diversity, and inclusion efforts do go a long way in helping support women and also support them with that work-life balance. And a topic that actually stemmed from my research so far is really the importance of collaboration when discussing inclusion efforts in the workplace. And so I kind of had this laser focus on very specific things that I was looking for. But when I let the research guide me, I was led to really finding out how important all key stakeholders are when it came to inclusivity in the workplace. And so, for example, key areas such as salary, promotional opportunities, leadership attainment, there tends to be more stressors for women in the workplace. And collaboration often leads to innovation and creativity, and as a result, can lead to better outcomes for women in the workplace. I too personally have been impacted by unconscious bias in the workplace, and so that kind of led me originally on this journey, as well as my mom, to really figure out what are some established methods that can help us mitigate challenges and conflict for women in leadership positions. In the source that I studied more extensively, it's called Women Navigating Educational Leadership. Several women speak to their experience firsthand with gender bias, and they classified this as a barrier for women to grow in their careers. And so, with both, the current knowledge, the contemporary knowledge that we have, and also my past experiences, I'm curious to really know more about women throughout history, how far we've come in academia, but then what do we actually have to do a better job of, and what do we have to do to support women in order for them to thrive in the workplace? So, to go a little bit deeper into that, these are the four areas that in my concept map at the beginning of this course I really focused on. And I still feel strongly about these keywords under the hood of this study topic. And they are importance of inclusivity, challenges in academia, importance of social networks, and connection to organizational change. And so when it comes to inclusivity, there's several different aspects of the research that point to these areas being important for inclusivity. In addition to that, women's challenges in academia tend to be stemming from cultural norms, societal norms. There are a lot of male-dominated majors that I wasn't very aware of going into my research, but now I want to include that in future research because there's a lot of studies that show male-dominated majors tend to lead to more gender bias. And then obviously human psychology, there's a lot of research that I still have yet to discover that I want to dive deeper into when it comes to challenges in academia for women. Importance of social networks, that goes back to mentors, professors, really everyone, right? Not just women, not just men, but how do we develop these social networks to better understand the impact of organizations, their success, and employees in the workplace? And then connection to organizational change. There is plenty of studies, a lot of research points to specifically Lee 2024, ensuring that when supporting women in leadership positions, it's important that they feel valued, they feel supported. And in cases where programs are established, organizational change obviously is, or not obviously, organizational change tends to be more prevalent where that crucial element of collaboration and support and value come in. So we'll talk a little bit further about developing the why of this study. And so really the purpose of this qualitative study for academia is it's a qualitative study. I want to explore, the purpose is to explore the systemic barriers that women face in academia. At this stage in the research, the systemic barriers will be generally defined as career advancement, gender bias, and work-life balance, related more to those hiring and promotional opportunities. The barriers that women face can really be challenged through equity, diversity, inclusion programs, networking and support systems, and professional development programs that promote women's visibility in the workplace and enhance their leadership skills. When women in academia feel supported, the research shows, Krista Weld 2017 shows there's greater innovation and collaboration. In addition, I really want to explore the benefits that organizations as a whole may achieve when leveraging these strategies that lead to inclusive and collaborative environments for women. Lastly, just to speak a little bit more specifically to challenges and concerns, obviously this topic is ever evolving. And so one of the primary challenges I've had is actually I need to spend more time on my problem statement and specifically enhancing that in the PPRQ worksheet. That's been a lot of the feedback that I've gotten so far. And so my initial concern surrounding this topic was that I was afraid I would not find enough contemporary research. However, when I used more broad terms and I let the research guide me versus me guiding the research, I was able to find a lot more to support this area of study. And so I feel confident in that. And I feel confident in really continuing to ask questions, seek feedback, and ask for clarity from professors as I continue on the program. So thank you so much for spending time with me, and I will leave you here with my references. Thank you again and have a great night.